Okay, we're here to tell you why ions conduct electricity in water, but not when they're not in water. Okay, well, when ions are solid, so in ionic solids, they're in a lattice like this of cations and anions, and which have positive and negative charges, and they're held together by really strong electrostatic attractions between the positive and the negative charges. And because the bonds between them are really, really strong, there is no room for any free electrons to move around, which would conduct the electricity. So they're all just like really tightly packed together and held in place. And each, say, negative charge has equal positive charges around it, which help hold it in place, and each negative charge has positives and positive charge has negatives. And so yeah, they don't have any free electrons, and so they can't conduct electricity.
But, however, liquid ions, or ionic molten solids, they are strong ionic bonds. It says strong. Sorry, strong ionic bonds make ionic solids have a high melting point. Molten solids have less attraction between the cations and ions, unlike them, so it's weaker. See? Weak. And because they were further apart, they don't like each other as much anymore. And this means that they can conduct electricity because they're more free to move. Yeah.
Water will not conduct electricity by itself, as the electrons are held so tightly in place by the polar covalent bonds. As you can see here, it will not conduct electricity, but when I bring them together, the light turns on.
Okay. However, when you add an ionic solid, which is the salt here, to water, you get a mixture of water and salt. You don't need to add any of
I want some more.
The strong attraction between the polar water molecules and the charged ions are going to overcome the ionic bonds and break them up. This means the negative ions and the positive ions are going to go to each side, to each of the electrodes which are negative and positive. So the positive ions are going to go to the negative side, the negative ions are going to go to the positive side. This creates a flow of current through the circuit, which is going to light up the lamp, as shown when I add these two here. As you can see, the light goes on. What happens is the negative ions are attracted towards the positive cathode and release their electrons. This pushes electrons around the circuit and creates the current. After a while, all of the ions are going to be oxidized, which means they become neutral, and the solution will not conduct electricity anymore. Thank you.